accounting for corporate greenhouse gases and why it is important for the CSRD. So the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive mandates that more and more European companies will have to report according to what is called European Sustainability Reporting Standards every year from now on. The sustainability standards includes different sustainability dimensions, and it is within the environment part. Specifically within ESRS E1-6, we see that companies will have to disclose their scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions. And it is much more detailed than this, of course, and there are many other parts of this ESRS E1 that is related to company emissions. But specifically for E1-6, we can read that companies will have to follow the greenhouse gas protocol and that they have to disclose the methodologies, significant assumptions, and emission factors that they have used for their carbon accounting. So, Greenhouse Gas Protocol has defined these scopes, scope 1, 2, and 3, and the major difference with CSRD is that many more companies will have to report on their scope 3, the indirect upstream and downstream emissions from their operations. This will include a much more complete picture of corporate emissions and also enable much more comparison between companies. ESRS E1-6 also includes some details, for instance, on the boundary methods, because the Greenhouse Gas Protocol defines different options. ESRS says that you should follow the operational control. It is also important to note that scope 2 emissions needs to be reported both on a location-based and market-based method for electricity consumption, and also that companies shall disclose emissions intensity, where you take your total emissions, both location-based and market-based, and divide it by net revenue for that same year. This will enable comparison between companies to a much larger extent than what is possible today. Finally, it is important to remember that the main motivation for this is so that companies can start to reduce their emissions in line with a 1.5 degree target without being able to have a baseline of your scope 1, 2, and 3. It will be very hard to set targets and work towards those emission reduction targets.